Valhalla. Valhalla, amigo. Valhalla, gringo. Quiet evening on the way to Angeles City. Pampanga. Walking Street, Red Street. Red Light District, lady bars, lady drinks. Discos. Dancers, waitresses. My God, Mateo. I'm so hot. The power just came back on. Fuck. It was hot. Angeles City. Look out, ladies. Here comes Mateo. Hope the world doesn't come to an end. Hope I'm allowed to travel. Crazy half the shit I hear, man. People are crazy. Who the hell are you? What's up, 222 Fox 1? Hello. What's up? Where you located, brother? Jimbo, how are you, buddy? I'm waiting for the aircon to cool this place down, man. I had a power outage about an hour ago, and it got hot quick. When you keep the place closed up, I never open windows. It gets hot quick, real quick. I'm sweating my knob off. My balls, my cojones. Deposit 1,000 pesos. England, my man. What part of England you in? Sheffield, England. Quiet, Jim. I can't. I think I got to start paying people to come into the live stream, huh? Manchester, Mr. Moneybags here. Manchester, isn't that where Dorian Yates was from? Manchester. I think Dorian Yates was from Manchester. Wild and mayhem and Angeles, Philly style. Hey. Not me, brother. I'm just going to eat some food, hang out. No girls, no bars. I'm sitting outside as usual. I didn't know you hang outside a lot. See, I learned something new about you, Jim. Jim, I don't know dick about you other than you're a nice guy. Are you in a province, I guess? I don't know the area that you mentioned before. You just sit outside by yourself or drinking? What do you do, man? What are you doing out there? Reading, watching videos, meditating, talking to the ladies? I like to learn about people. Talk to me. Talk to me, Daddy. My God. Mateo, what have you done to me? I don't know why I decided to do this live. I think it's because I know next week I'm not going to be doing any lives. Not that I plan on it anyway. I think I'm just going to be, I don't even know what I'm doing. Hey, I know a week from today I'll be leaving, going home. But Angeles City next week. Okay, I wasn't sure. I knew he was England. What do I know? I thought he said he went to a gym in Manchester. Yates was born in the Midlands, not Manchester. Well, let me ask you, I don't know anything about it, but, I met Dorian a few times, but he just told me his childhood was very rough. Is the Midlands rough? Tough neighborhood? I'm outside Tacloban. I knew you were near Tacloban in the garage area. Here it's my zone. Nothing wrong with having your zone. Look who's in the room. Jimbo. Andrew. I'm reading Jimbo's name and talking about Andrew. Matty boy, just finished watching Low-Level Expats Are the Problem. Some of the best rants ever. I think it says a lot about me that I find them entertaining versus upsetting. Big thumbs up for the live. Oh, thank you, sir. I think it says a lot about me that I find them entertaining versus upsetting. Well, they don't upset me. I just did a video. I just didn't I didn't make it live yet about, I find it interesting that, you come here, most guys don't pick up on this, I guess. Most guys come here, they instantly hit that comfort zone. I don't care how much money you have. Anybody with a slight bit of money has more money than most Filipinos, and they come here and they find comfort and contentment, and they don't thrive or strive to be anything more than. And it's like, dude, you're only 45, 55, 65, even 75. It doesn't mean you have to lay down in bed and die. Find some hobbies, find some structure, find some, build some discipline. And my point was, this is the best place you could be that I know of to reconstruct your life, no matter what age you are, even if it's just little structured things like, like I said, picking up a hobby, learning a new craft. The sky's the limit here because you don't have any stress. You don't have the stress from back in the West. When you go back to the States, can you still do live streams? Yeah, but I don't know if my mom will let me do it in the basement. Matt, when are you planning on heading back to the States? I don't know. Can't tell you. Originally, it was February of 2027. Danny, yo, what's up, man? What's up, Dan? Everybody's in the room tonight. We got Dan, Jimbo. I'm sorry, Big Time. I didn't see you, bud. When you go back to the skate, I'm sorry, I did see you. And Andrew, we got the players in the room. We got Manchester in the house. I don't know who Palaboy is. I know I always see a bunch of trucks that say the Palaboy. It sounds weird. They're like delivery trucks here. I always see them. They say Palaboy up in Nabas. It's going to be a quiet evening, I think. But I have nothing better to do. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep. My girlfriend's fucking over there snoring right now. Dead asleep, right? If I went over there to try to get some, she'd be like, deposit 1,000 to enter. Andrew, I just said that. Andrew says, I feel like a men's team is forming here. Time to set up a Zoom for us. I'll tell you what I'm doing, Andrew. I'm in the works of developing, I hope. I'm not Mr. Mega Money, but what I would like to do is develop a traveling men's group here in the Philippines. And so, maybe we'll get some chessboards together and we can sit around smoking cigars, drinking whatever we drink, and discussing philosophy, health, nutrition, longevity, theology, maybe have a little prayer session over on one side, all different sections where you could, the one guy said he would do readings, maybe, if you guys are into that. So Al Clark, deposit 10,000 pesos. My God, Al, what have you done to me? 10,000 pesos. Are you squirting gold? If I give you hand job, is it going to come out gold? I love it when people snore. It rocks me to sleep. I hate when people snore. I hate sleeping with people. I've only been able to comfortably sleep with maybe 5 people in my entire life. Well, I'm not saying I haven't slept with other people. I'm just saying comfortably, like not have things on my mind or thinking about anything or whatever. I certainly can't sleep with somebody I don't know. Like that's like a big no-no for me. Even when I was in Angeles, if a girl spent the night, the only way that was happening is if I was totally drunk. Al, squirting gold is better than pissing bullets. Try pissing a stone. That's when you have problems. How many guys here have pissed out kidney stones? I must have had a dozen in my lifetime. That was my biggest fear of coming here, believe it or not, was that I was going to have to pass a kidney stone. There's been times I passed kidney stones. One time I didn't even know I was having a kidney stone. It was totally different feeling than before. Andrew, I've been on men's teams via different organizations since 2006. A bunch were remote, international due to pandemic. I can definitely help with the setup structure. You're the man. Now we're talking business. I appreciate it, and I'm going to take you up on that offer, my man. because I think September, October, I'm putting everything into motion. If I'm not deported, guys are threatening to have me deported for sitting in my apartment. I've had stones twice. My God, I got 2 stones. Al, they're brutal. Remember the very first time I had one? It's a true story. I figure I'll share it. First one I ever had, I was like 24, and I didn't know what one was. I woke up in the morning. I was living with my wife. Woke up, I don't know, 4 a.m. Walking down the hallway, and I felt like, so help me God, I thought somebody shot me in my back. I dropped to my knees for no reason. I just felt like I was shot. And then I realized, oh, fuck, like, what the hell? And, that's when I was all juiced up and angry at the world and on steroids and, 24. All I wanted to do was fucking eat, right? Literally fuck and eat. And I don't know. I guess the rest of the day I felt, weird, but not bad. And later that day, I'm banging the wife, right? She's laying on her back and I'm doing my thing. I pull out to drop a load and it came out my load. At the very end, it just, I know I probably shouldn't have shared that story, but I did. Shalom, happy Mateo. Who are you talking to? Who is Mateo? Mateo. Remember the first time a Filipina said bitch to you? I mean, beach to you? I thought she was saying bitch. Shad, you want to go to the bitch? So who's the bitch? Kidney stones, fuck me. I have had them in the past. Oh, they're terrible, man. Terrible. Worst thing in the world. Man, Oliver's in there. I haven't seen Oliver in a long time. What's up, my man? I haven't seen you in a long time. I thought you had abandoned ship. Oliver, can I tell you, I just learned what MGTOW is? I just learned that. And I guess I'm just like a natural candidate, huh? No, it's when it gets stuck. Mine got stuck. I've had them stuck in different places. In your back one time, in your urethra was the worst part. It will cause the pain. It's the membrane around your kidneys. It doesn't stretch when your pressure builds. That's what causes intense back pain. Do not drink cranberry. Yeah, the cranberry juice is a fallacy. I'm with you on that one, Al. I'm in Thailand. Do you mind? Maybe everybody else knows what the MGTOW is. If you don't mind, could you share it? I think I'm going, in line with you on that. If that's something you're really into, or maybe it was just at the time when you made the name. I don't know. Just figured I'd share. How you enjoying Thailand? How long you been there? That's my next. I think next year, at the end of the year, after I'm done trying to do the Appalachian Trail, I don't know what my health will be, but yes, men going their own way. Now, Oliver, I think everybody has a little bit of a different twist to it. Are you completely against women, or just not living with women, or cohabitating with women? Like, what's your stance on it? Do you fuck them? Do you not fuck them? Do you date them? Not date them? Do you live with them? Hybrid? Like, what's your? If I can ask, I'm just trying to learn other people about this. When I started doing YouTube, everybody, oh, you knew this. You knew what a red light district. I didn't know any of this shit. 2 weeks. Sounds fun, man. Having fun? Do you like it better than the Philippines? You look very serious. You look very Viking in your photograph, just so you know. I don't want to get married anymore. Okay, but you're okay dating or living with a woman, or just dating? Danny, crazy story. I had a neighbor here and found out he passed from a botched appendix removal. What the fuck? I was only gone 3 weeks. Good guy, retired Army. He served in Desert Storm. Whoa. He had the appendix removed here in the Philippines and it killed him? It's like they've been doing that since the 50s, that surgery. What do you mean? How do you botch that? Where was it? Manila? You got me. My mind's going a million miles a minute. Today's the first day I did not take any medication, man. No cough syrup, no breathing shit. Still have a little bit of phlegm coming up, but nothing like it was. That being said, I've drank more fluids in the last 5 days than I've ever drank in the last 3 years. Danny, tell me more. Tell me more. Come on, Daddy, tell me more. Deposit 1,000 pesos. Anybody else have brownouts today? Heavy wind, heavy rain. Crazy. The rain was going sideways. When I first came to the province, that was exactly 2 years ago. The first 3 months, it just rained every single day, and never once was it coming down. It just sideways. I thought I was going to die on that place. And that was the honeymoon phase. Whew. Very quiet in this room. Red Horse Adventures. It's not always the surgery that gets you. It's the bacterial infections that come afterwards. Well, maybe so, but the guy was only gone 3 weeks. I mean, 21 days isn't too fast to die. I mean, it's pretty fast to die from a bacterial infection. That's why I'm asking him what happened. How was it botched? Red Horse Adventures. Jimbo, I didn't get anything here. No wind or rain. Man. I heard Angeles, it's been raining for like 2 weeks straight. There's a subscriber that I'm supposed to meet there tomorrow. He said Manila was raining the whole 2 days he was there. He had a great story to share, but I'll let him share it. I'm not sharing it. He was in Makati. If he comes on here, I don't know if he'll be on here today, but he'll be on here at some point. I'll let him, his first story in the Philippines, I'll let him share it. Oh, gotta love it. Oh, it just happened to you, Matt. Only you, Mateo. Nobody else experienced these kind of negative, outrageous, crazy shit. Yeah, I was the first and last. I guess Dan disappeared on me unless he's writing a book about this response. Dan, what's up? You're going to respond to me? Hello, Dan. I took a girl on a bar find once. She was 19 years old. She just showed up. She was from Tacloban, obviously, oddly enough, Dan. I mean, Jim. I took her out, bar find her, and then we went to the next bar. And just, I didn't pay attention to girls I bar find. It was just for fun and giggles and get people drunk and have fun time. So I'm at the next bar, and I'm all googly eyes over this girl that's at the next bar. And the one next to me that I brought, it was first or second bar find. She's like, after 20 minutes, she taps me and says, hello, Mateo, remember me? And it's weird. It sticks in my brain because she was so, I don't want to say dumb. She was just so naive, unaware. And I just looked at her. I was like, oh, listen, we're just having fun. Drink up. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, but remember me? Matthew. That girl was funny. I forget her name. Oh, Roseanne. Ann Rose. Something like that. Al Clark. I've been watching Scotty Boy. I really feel bad for the guy. He was up in my neck of the woods today, I think. I told him to stop by Cadiz for a beer. Didn't hear back from him. I'm confused. Is he free? Is he done? Is it over? I can't watch him because there's so much about him on there, right? I don't know what to believe, what not to believe. Even his shit doesn't seem to add up when he, one day it's one thing, next day it's another. I thought, okay, maybe this is just a public stunt. But I feel bad for the guy, too, based on the fundamental shit that I heard. It's a shame. The last I heard was he was in CDO, and then somebody said he was in Dumageddon. He's trying to sell his bike. I don't know, breaking up with his girlfriend, who I thought he already broke up with. That's why I said I can't keep up with his shit. First, I didn't think he had a girlfriend. I heard he got a girlfriend that took advantage of him, and then now he has another girlfriend. It's like, I don't know the deep details. My girl told me when I came back. I asked about him, and she was like, oh, yeah, he dead. I was like, I spoke to you every day, and this is something I should know. It's only important to the Filipinos when you're paying for the funeral. Oh, we got to buy a pork. We got to buy a lechon. We have to buy this. We have to buy that. Can you help? Everybody's supposed to share. If they're not paying for it, they don't care. I don't think they view death the same way we do. I know the damn funerals are just outrageously way too long. You know how India has like a 1 week wedding? Here they do a 2-week funeral. It's like, damn, dude, let it go. If you start adding up, and I'm not busting the culture, I get it, but it's a little confusing because they are Christians. So why is our Christian shit so different? But I don't know. Like, you start to wonder why things are so third world. Like, when I say third world, I mean the broke part. And think about it. Every piece of shampoo you buy is this big. Well, if you bought the big bottle, it's actually less money. If you bought the detergent, it's less money. But they can't afford it, so they rape the people in the small stuff. And, same with the funerals. Like, if you're a working class family, who has 7 to 10 days to take off to bury somebody? Let's get that baby in the ground or in the box. Let's be done with this. Al Clark, I think he's just really lonely and desperate for a wife. Not a great headspace to be in. No, it's not. In fact, it could be dangerous. The more effort you make, the further away the goal. Yeah, that's when I always say that's the universe. You got to just let the universe bring you what you're putting out, and which I think like, I don't know. Yeah, but what's up with his legal shit? Is he okay now? He's back in the country? He's no problems? Don't have to get out or anything? Or is it ongoing? Like, I haven't paid attention, and I don't really want to make my channel about Scotty, but he is a vlogger, and we are vlogging. I've always felt bad for the guy. I told you, I met him when I first arrived here 3 years ago at Phillies, and he just seemed like, what's the word? Like, when I met him at Phillies, he was not the same guy that I saw in the videos all the time. And rightfully so. You're acting a lot of times in those videos. But when I was there at Phillies, he almost acted like he was scared and timid to even talk to people. They have a death anniversary every year yeah, that's another thing. I know a girl that just went back to Cebu to do that. It's like, you got to fly from one place to another place. And I mean, that's more than what most people make a month here. If you take the back and forth flight, just a flight, it's more than they make a month. It's like, why do they do that to these poor people? I mean, it's terrible. Oh, I don't think it's fake. I just don't know. Based on everything I read, there's no way they can just get this guy out. But, the same people that made his threats have threatened me now. So who knows? I'm not paying any attention to it. I'm already, I'm bouncing, so it don't matter to me. But I just feel bad for the guy. He's made a living here. He seems lighthearted and funny, and but lonely. Yeah, Al, listen, I don't know. Have you been married the whole time you've been here? You get, what's the word? I don't want to say I don't get lonely, but you do miss having people. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not near many people that you can actually associate with. That's why when I was talking earlier with the other guys here, like the traveling group, I think is a great idea. Spend 3-5 days in some city and people just come in and go out and come in, go out, smoke cigars, do this. Let's go let's go get some steak tonight. And we don't have to be near each other every day. We don't have to talk anymore after that until next time. Mashiro meet Don. Oh, I invited my online Filipino friend to visit me in Dumaguete. She was from Bacolod. That's near to me. I only discovered she was missing most of her teeth when we were headed to the bedroom. Well, as long as they weren't. Look, if they're missing, it's not too bad because it won't cause any pain. If they're scarred and strayed and, pointed, that could be some painful events there. But if they're just fully missing, no big deal. It's funny, dude, because there's like a dentist on every corner of every town and city in this country, like literally dentistry everywhere. Angelo City was the worst. I think I saw more dentists in Angelo City than bars, and they're cheap. I don't know. Many guys here, if you haven't been a single guy here, you don't experience this stuff. The worst is not if they're missing. I can't blame anybody for missing teeth, especially if you can't afford to get them taken care of. The raggedy ones, that's god awful. But the worst of the worst is the girl that you don't know one way or other, but you can smell her breath like the rotten decay. That's awful. Red Horse. I think Scotty anticipates being removed under the charges. Being removed under the charges. I think he mentioned the mayor signed the documents that carry the charges. I don't think he's making it up. Yeah, but if there were charges and they're asking him to leave, how did he go from CDO to Dumageddon? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, didn't they put him on some kind of like, you can't leave the city for a couple days until we make up our mind? The mayor signed the documents that carry the charges. I don't think he's making it up. Well, I'm going to ask you a question because here's a part that I don't understand. I'm only learning about this stuff recently. And I'm learning that these trolls that do this behind the scenes kind of stuff, what they do is they download all of these guys' videos, like Scotty or me or whoever, Sunshine or Ace or whoever they want to go after at the time. And they take clips from each one to make it look like it's worse than it really is. Is that what happened to him? Like, I don't know what he did. Al, yes, I moved here and immediately was with Jessica and an accepted member of the city. My situation is non-standard and I wouldn't lead somebody thinking about moving on. I wouldn't lead somebody thinking about moving on. I got everything except for the last sentence. Didn't make sense to me. I wouldn't lead somebody thinking about moving on. Moving here? You lost me. Quiet chat tonight. I thought it would have been a good night. Al, how do I clip that? How do I save that, Al? Well, it's hard to use anybody as an example, Al, because everybody has a different story. You're either the guy like me that, you know, spent a lot of money but didn't really amount to much. There's other guys that blame everybody that, you know, everything they did was somebody else's fault. Then you have the other guys that think everything's perfect, even though it's not. And then you have the guys that like to date and just go about their day to day without talking to anybody. And then you have the guys that are in relationships that seem to be okay. I guess he had appendicitis and went in and removed it and didn't properly close the incision and got blood poisoning. Jesus. It's a damn shame. It's not criminal charges. It's more likely civil charges about inappropriate behavior that could lead immigration to reconsider whether or not they should renew his visa when it comes up for renewal. I see. Well, he just came back to the country, so his visa renewal, well, I don't know. It's neither here nor there. Nobody wants to be somewhere they don't want to be. Or nobody wants to be somewhere where they're not wanted to be, regardless. So, you know, good for him, whatever he decides to do. From what I understand, the charges claim he was derogatory about Filipinas and there was a live where a breast touching occurred. As you said, it seems to be a careful grouping of events. How is he derogatory towards the Filipinas? I heard about the breast touching. I never really heard him be derogatory. I know he's borderline very sexual in a weird way. Immigration will likely not renew his visa if it gets that far in the process, and he will have to leave the country. Al, I appreciate it. And if I'm here to do that, I'll take you up on it. But, it seems to be the people that are the regular guy people that did that to him are basically coming after me. I'm not going to put time, money, and effort into this. That's why I haven't made any videos this week. It's also why I'm leaving for a little bit. What's the point? These guys, like I said, they're low value men. Some of them have really good education. Some of them have extremely good income, and they waste their time trying to hurt other men. And to me, that just seems weird. I mean, if regular guy was a very bad person, I could understand it. If regular guy committed a crime, I could see it. But the whole thing with look, I don't know the Philippines legal system. It's none of my business. I'm not involved in it. But if somebody put together a bunch of videos that aren't, if they're not all the same videos and you're just making something appear to be something more than it is or different than it is, I would think they're smart enough to know that. Look at this guy. Ace and Grandpa are trying to put together a case against you. Seriously, be careful. Grandpa knows a lot of people, and he says and seems like he could cause you problems. Grandpa wants to get me taken out of town. Has anybody watched Grandpa's videos? He will travel until the time his visa renewal is denied. But Andrew. Uh-oh. Andrew. My computer's not working now. This happened yesterday. Like everything looks like it's working. I'm friends with a few large YouTubers, and at some point they seem to not be able to separate the characters they portray versus who they are. And the demands of keeping it up seem to be their downfall. I don't know. I have some friends that are big YouTubers as well, but it's not really a character they're playing. They're like more like the self-help men's groups kind of things. I don't know. I know I'm not this high strung when I'm out in public, but that doesn't mean I don't feel these things. I just save it for here. I get what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're even talking about at this point. Like, are we talking about Scotty? Are we talking about me? Are we talking about Grandpa? Who are we talking about? Well, I mean, he's got other options, so right? I mean, he can do the same thing he does here in Thailand or Vietnam, can he not? I'm talking about. I mean, that guy up there. I don't know if anybody sees what this guy's writing, but the fact that he's writing this, I don't know if he's threatening me or trying to be passive aggressive with this threat. I can't imagine your sick grandpa is trying to hurt me, and I know he doesn't know a lot of people. He's had his channel taken down numerous times. Scotty reiterated in multiple videos that Philly in the Philippines is behind the whole thing. Philly and the Philippines are not the people I've been dealing with. I don't know anything good or bad about Philly in the Philippines. I watched a few of his videos when I first started. I didn't find anything troubling. He comes in here, he says hi, and he bolts right out, or at least he stops talking. Just be careful, man. That's all I'm saying. They don't like that you're honest, and it scares them. That's bullshit. Nothing scares them. They're not. What are they scared of? It's not like I'm calling them out. What do you mean being honest? What's there to be honest about? It's my perspective, whether that's honest or not. Meaning, it might be real for me, it might not be real for Al. What I've experienced. Me and Ace might be in Angel City. What I've experienced in Angel City might not be what he experiences. And the Ace plays the safe zone. You know what I mean? He'll say things that don't even add up when you're in a red light district. Matt, to put it into perspective, from watching their videos, I'd say Scotty was 5 times the pussy hound that pro-life traveler was. I haven't watched all his videos, but I could see him crossing age lines. Well, Al, I can see that as well. I don't know who Pro-Life was. I only heard of him. When I first started doing YouTube, he was being exited, but I never watched or learned anything about what he did. That's one of the main reasons I won't do videos outside. I just, you're not going to catch me going, walking and talking. And, it depends. Like, I'll give you an example. Like when I walk down the street, some of the young kids, hi, hi, hi. Could you imagine if I had that in one of my videos? Like, you guys, somebody, not you, but somebody would change that into, oh, Matt's talking to underage kids or Matt's doing this. I was told when I first arrived here, don't even talk to a little kid that's not wearing a shirt, boy or girl. Don't even look. I was told that by a volunteer guy in Angela City. What? I have zero problems with you. I enjoy your channel. Not trolling you at all. Dude, I'm not complaining about your travel. It's just, you're half-assing what you're saying. You have zero problems with me and you like my channel, but you're not telling me what's really happening. I mean, they're either doing that or they're not doing that. Scotty, it's funny. Someone starts a YouTube channel in the Philippines and automatically become enemy of the state. Yeah. Red Horse, I think it's a click thing, not the king off the hill, more clicks for others. Jealousy and success likely play a part. What kind of success are we talking about here? I mean, you're talking about YouTube in the Philippines. I mean, talk about niche. Like, if these guys are jealous of anybody, they ought to be jealous of the Filipino girls doing this shit because they're blowing everybody out of water. Damn, dude, it's YouTube banter. Not that serious. Why the expat YouTube community so freaking toxic? I don't know. I didn't know. I never knew it was until recently. I really, really did not know it was until recently. This sounds like all bullshit to me. Nothing to worry about. I'm not worried, guys. If you're asking me if I'm worried, I would say I was a little worried before I got my exit clearance. But this isn't the first person that said that to me. I've had numerous people tell me this recently, and it's like, I don't do anything. Even when I say things, it's joking. It's not disparaging. It's not like I'm naming a person or, oh, there's a girl behind me. Guess what? She has big hooters. I'm not, there's nobody in my videos. So anything I say is just, I mean, that would be like saying Joe Coy couldn't come here. If anybody knows who he is. Like, Joe Coy's a Filipino-American, but if he came here and made jokes, which he does from time to time when he goes to Manila, like, does that mean he's disparaging to Filipinos? Quoting things they've done or actions they take that are funny or, we think are funny. They went after Rike and Tim K. Scotty. I don't know who any of these people. Jessica just walked in and says, hi, Jessica. Whenever I see your name, I think of Jessica Rabbit, and she was my favorite. Who knows? But if you don't think it's something to worry about, of course it's something to worry about when the lines of course you don't want to get a lawyer. You just want somebody to say, hey, listen, yo, bro, next week you have to go home. You can't be in this country anymore. But the other things I've heard are like, oh, the guy gets pulled out of his apartment. So if you have 100,000 cash in your apartment, somebody's getting it other than you. Or, like my books or my laptops or any of that shit. Like I want to pack that up and send it back home if I'm leaving. Not be pulled out of my house and said, you're going home. That's it. Whatever was in your apartment's in your apartment. And see, I've hear different stories. Like oddly, that's not what's happening to regular guy. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know the full story with regular guy. We can all say we think he did this or we think he might be like that or maybe he crossed the line, but I've never actually seen him do any of those things. And touching a breast, unless the girl was underage and she shouldn't have been in Phillies to begin with, I believe they said it was in Phillies. You're in a red light district, man. Everybody's touching breasts on that street at night or day. I mean, anybody that hasn't been there or has been there knows, like grabbing asses and breasts and everything else. I mean, I've seen people having sex right in front of Phillies. No bullshit. Homeless guy of all things. So, the whole thing's just disturbing is the word. It's disturbing because Look, we already know we don't have the rights that you would have back at home, and rightfully so. We're in a foreign country. But at least time there should be some kind of due diligence as far as looking into the accusations being made against somebody. If that's the case, anybody that's good at clipping videos can just say, "Hey, look what I got. This guy, this guy was plowing a goat in the backyard." You got to love proper English. Look at this clown. What is problem, you? What is problem, you? What is problem, you? Ah, you mean problem? I don't know. Who is me problem? Red horse. I think Scotty is playful, sarcastic, and entertaining. If anything, he's encouraged tourism and opportunity. Agreed. He doesn't deserve this bullshit. I'm with you. Unless there's something we're not knowing. If there's something that we don't know about, I've never seen. Look, is he joking? Is he fun? Is he playful? Like you just said, yes. But then he's got a YouTube channel. Of course, he's all of those things. Could we all say, oh, he walks down the street and there's lots of young girls? Maybe he's doing something wrong. Maybe, but nobody's ever actually seen it. I know I haven't. Dan, it's not that deep. People got butt hurt, and certainly people have nothing else to do and cause unnecessary things. Well, it is that deep, Dan. I mean, if some guy, is established here and has to leave, I mean, not only is he established, but he's got a business here, and he's never said anything terribly bad about the Philippines. Not that I ever saw. I mean, does he make jokes? Is he kind of sexual in a roundabout way? Yeah, but when did that become illegal? We're adults. Who is you? I don't know who is me. Like, does that mean I'm disparaging towards Filipinas because I said that? It's not like it didn't happen. Jessica and I have been watching Sim. I don't know who that is, and his family in his new country. Who is Sim? The more we watch their channel, the more respect we have. That's one dude who has no fucks to give. I don't know who he is. Sim and his family in his new country. Who's Sim and what new country? Hi, Matt. Yes, Brian's a real weasel, a nasty little goblin. He got butt hurt and came after Scotty. Well, again, these are your opinions. You guys can say these things. I have not said that. I am not very familiar with the YouTube community, vlogging community. I am not. And I certainly don't know Brian other than he has a Philly channel and he's from the same city as me. I have nothing good or bad to say about the man. Literally. And I've never heard of him saying that he's done anything. In other words, you guys are saying that about him, but nobody's saying anything about that Belgian guy who openly tells him, I'm getting this guy kicked out. I'm having this guy kicked out. Hi, from a sunny UK back in Palawan in 2 weeks. Scotty's videos when he traveled to different towns were really good. Yeah, I don't know. Sim is pro-life. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'll tell you one thing. The dude's got money. Yeah. I've heard he's got money. And guess what? His YouTube channel alone was money. I heard he was raking in over 10K a month just on that. But what is his home city or country? I don't even know where the guy's from. I told you, I don't even know who he is. I knew he had a family because I remember somebody said he had to go somewhere and meet his family after he was tossed out of here. But there's another, like, did he get to take his belongings or was he just thrown in jail and then deported? Like, again, I don't know. They're the things that concern me. Like, I'm half tempted I don't know why I would be concerned. I haven't done anything. I don't even know what he did, the pro-life traveler. I don't. I just heard he was, told to leave. So I'm with Jimbo and Daniel. Let's get back to talking about us and creating a men's team. We are bigger, better than YouTube gossip. Well, I don't listen. I think the best way to do that, Andrew, would be, and you're going to have to wait until I get back. Bear with me. But I think the best way to do that is for all of us to possibly, and listen, this is something I want to do. I'm going to tell you, Jimbo, and Dan are way more qualified than I am. I am just a guy that just appeared on YouTube and started ranting. It's not that I don't have a mission, but I do think maybe I should spend an hour talking to everybody individually and then make a time where we all can get together in a situation like this, a round table, and just really put together our own shit. I mean, that's the only way I could think about it. Okay, so Pro-Life's from Estonia, and he's back in Estonia. So what is his new content? Is his new content still about the Philippines? I like your idea, though, Andrew. I think that's a great idea. I'm not going to lie to you. With everything that's going on in my life in the last 2 weeks, I just kind of took a backseat to YouTube. I kind of sat back and just said, let me see what I'm going to do. Sim and his very hot wife are in Thailand. Super cute little boy. What? Oh, boy. Okay. Now she has her own channel. Yeah, well, that's what they do. There's nothing wrong with that. I think any popular YouTuber ends up putting his female as another. And not just here in the Philippines. I mean, who's that mega rich dude that does, I forget his name, with the black beard. He's all about fitness and business. And now his wife does it, Marzani or whatever his name is. So that's a very common thing. Yeah, but what's her content? What? Forget her. I don't even care what her content is. He's the success story. What is his content? And why was he thrown out of this country? Like, what did he do? If he has a super hot wife and a cute little boy and he's happily married, what did he do in this country that was so bad? I mean, obviously, he must have done something. Good idea, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, I don't know how I can do this without putting it online. I mean, I think we ought to start with some kind of group chat, like where we have, everybody's contacts are in our WhatsApp, or we can do a online thing where, what do you guys call it? I don't even know. My brain fart's not working. All right, listen, we've got it understood that he's in Thailand. I'm asking, what is his current content on? Matt, real question. As a 56-year-old American, can I move to Manila and retire on 1.1 million US dollars? Well, if you're 56, where's your regular income? I mean, are you going to collect Social Security? I mean, you can do whatever you want with your 1.1. And how do I know, man? I mean, if you spent money like I did, not for long. What did I go through? Over 200. So 3 years, 200. 2 into 1 million. It's 5 times 2. It gives you 15 years at the rate that I went. So I don't know. It's up to you. Don't ask me to give you a budget, bro. See, he harassed some lady boys. My man, Big Boss. Big Boss, you are the man. I'm going to start contacting you about cigars. I have your information when I get back from my trip, maybe in 2 weeks. I'm going to start doing a traveling men's group, and there's going to be different participation events. It's going to be like a week long in each city I go to, but cigars are going to be part of it. I mean, where's no, Andrew, if I'm being perfectly honest, if I had enough money and stability to come back to the States and do this, I probably would. But I think here is the perfect place to start something like this, because the men here, the true real men that want to, that realize, you know what? It's really hard to find a group of guys that are honestly on the same path, or at least same kind of direction. Most of the guys here are not here for the reasons that we discuss. Andrew, Jimbo, Al, like, they're not here for those reasons. They're either here to play the pootie, disappear in a province somewhere and get drunk every day. There's a lot of different things. Jupa. Jupa used to be a Jupa. Jupe. Remember the cologne Jupe? Who we talking about? No, dude, I don't talk about him. Good evening, Anthony. How are you, sir? Big boss, what I know you don't like to give much information, but what approximate area are you in? Sim was running all over to squatters' villages and videoing a lot of young people. I don't think it was offensive, but I'm not a pussy hurt. Okay, but that's what I'm asking you is that what he got kicked out of here for doing that? See, I used to walk through all those things, but I don't video anything outside. I rarely video anything outside. But I did that when I was first in Angeles. I used to go for my morning walks, and along the river was all squatting areas. They all knew me by name, man. We all used to talk and bullshit. And well, the one dude actually had cornhole. We would play along the river playing cornhole at night. But, it's different to intermix. And I mean, he was utilizing the actual area for that. But again, how's that? I don't see how that's bad. That's a great plan. That sounds like a great plan. We'll catch up when you are settled. For your information, we used a business Zoom account. It was free. We'll figure it all out. Yeah, but I actually want to talk to everybody individually before I even want to be a part of this. You guys can do whatever you want, but I'd like to talk to everybody individually just to get an idea what other people's thoughts and opinions are. I mean, it's not like we're 15 and we're trying to help young men become better men. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But we're a bunch of men that have been through the ringer. We either earned or lost or divorced once or twice. Play the what? I'm just trying to see if I can retire there. You live there. I just want to live the same kind of life as you. Well, how do you know what kind of life I live? Well, what I'm saying, travel, is everybody has a different life. I don't know what you're coming here for. Are you coming here to live in BGC? You're coming here to live in the slums, like somewhere in the middle, one bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom, condo. I mean, your lifestyle is totally different than mine. Everybody's lifestyle is different. I can't tell you how to govern your money. I mean, based on what I've spent since I've been here, it was until I got to this place, this actual place, I was averaging $5,000 a month. Would I recommend that? No. Is it possible to do that the first couple months you're here when you're settling somewhere? 100%. I mean, every little thing that you need, if you don't have a woman or living in with a woman that's already settled, cooker, rice cooker, refrigerator, coffee maker, electric pot, gas. Think about it. You go get your cooking gas. You got to give a deposit for the container. Then you have to pay for the container. Then you have to go buy the cooktop. All those little things add up if you're coming here to be serious. If you're just traveling from Airbnb or furnished condos, that's a whole different expense. Everything's different. Danny. Traveling. Yes, I want to put out finances like that in a public forum. Just yeah, that's the whole thing, Dan. I tell people repeatedly, I'm not into the finance part. You're asking the guy that doesn't like talk. I don't like talking about people's money, my money, or anybody's money. I just don't. In fact, Andrew knows that. Andrew and I have had this conversation. Money is not something I choose to discuss. It's just not. And I don't think anybody in any public platform should be giving you any advice financially or getting advice. Both. You were talking about harassing ladyboys. No, I wasn't talking about harassing ladyboys. And that's the first person that came to my mind, sick grandpa. That's what came to your mind. No, they were talking about somebody else. Sim also had accusations from a lady that he took sexy video photos of her, so they confiscated his computer to check it for. Really? Well, was she underage? I mean, that's crazy. Accusations from a lady that he took sexy video photos. Sexy videos or photos. So, I mean, was he in a relationship with her? Are you not allowed to do that either? I'm just asking. I don't know. But, when you say he took sexy videos and photos of a woman, I would assume that means she was with him privately, or was this in public? Like, that's the things I'm not understanding. And if it's in public, I mean, does that mean everybody's taking videos in Boracay Beach is doing something illegal? Because every chick there is half naked. I mean, anybody goes there knows that they're walking around half naked. Personally, I don't know if putting that on here is very smart. In fact, it's not letting me even remove it. How do I remove this? You guys got to start being careful about what you're writing on here. Assortment now. Okay. I thought you were over that way. I'm in packing up now. Okay. Now I know. Asking young girls if they were wearing a bra. Are we talking about Sim? All right. Young girls or underage girls? An adult. I don't think anybody should ask anybody that question. Whatever. Whit D is the only hot-looking vlogger in the Philippines. Hello? What about me? Not me, Kenny. Here we go. I guess I'm not talking about money. Here we go. I'm not involved in that. Why do you want to come here? The Fonz. Slim's viral video was a clip that showed him calling Filipino men looking like monkeys. Well, there's something I'm going to admit to right now. I say the word monkey a lot, not referring to the Filipinos, just jokingly. Yeah, you're a fucking monkey. Like, so I don't know. I feel like things can be taken out of context. That was not received very well. Also, he had a video showing him giving a small kid a vape and smoke. Well, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And if he was actually calling Filipino men monkeys, that's fucked up. Know the country first, then make the decision. So it was a good soft landing. Did you know that porn is illegal in the Philippines? I don't watch porn, so not relevant to me. I do know, not porn, but I will say if I use my American phone to use Google, I get much different information than if I use my Philippine phone number to Google. It's like they block half the important stuff that I want to look up. Big Boss Filipino culture is great. Also, I love the beaches, and at almost 55 years old, the weather is what my body needs. Travel the land. I'm telling you right now, I thought that same thing when I came here. That is not exactly the truth as to what you may think. This weather is very tough on a body. You're thinking heat will make you feel better. Believe me, there's a lot of pressure in this air, and if you have arthritis or anything else that you think you need heat for, the pressure is brutal. The atmospheric pressure. Anthony, he was charged for that, no secret. Charged for the videos? See, all stuff thanks. I'm looking to meet my life partner, but I want a girl 48 to 53 years old, not some young girl. Dan, I think you're playing into a hand. You probably don't want to involve yourself, but that's your choice. Underage, that's crazy. Yet the guy had a super hot wife. I mean, what was the purpose of doing that? She's taking girls to different places and the girl doesn't give him the consent to post a video on his channel, but still he posted it. My theory is this, and again, I'm thinking US, right? If a woman lets you take a video of her, I don't do it. But if a woman allows you to do that, it's your right. It's now your property. But again, if she was underage and it was sexual, and or if he was taking it without her knowing, travel, do your homework. Living here is completely different than visiting, and what the brochure shows. Repeat. We've all been saying this. Nobody listens. Now I understand. I'm starting to get a little understanding as to why Ace does the videos he does. Because you can do the same video here, and I swear people will still watch it. Like, everything we're talking to this guy about here, travel guy, it's stuff I've been saying since the day I started. CDL Trucker, I think everyone here is missing the point about Sim. It doesn't matter what he really did or didn't do. If he pissed someone off in a high position, he's a goner. CDL, I think the part you're not understanding is the guys that are getting each other kicked out of here are not the actual Philippine people. It's the other vloggers that are doing it. That's the point. They're not in any higher position than these guys. That's my point. It's the other vloggers with it. They're getting this crab mentality. It's almost like they came here with the same mentality that we're trying to stay away from here. And that's the problem. Like every threat I've heard, and the two people you've heard, three people now. This guy just said Ace and Sick Grandpa. The other guy said Philly in the Philippines. There's three, and they weren't even the three I was thinking about. I have three others that are throwing shit at me. So there's six now. D is hot as fuck. Her voice chills my blood like nails on a chalkboard. Never watched her. Big boss, thank you. I'll be doing 2 to 3 months this year. Latin love in the room. Morning, Matt. Watch Ricky Grant. Who? RG. Regular guy yesterday. And honestly, I liked the guy. But yesterday's vlog, he had me stressed out. I was stressed out just watching him. I felt like I was running from a crime and committed one. Sim is taking different girls to different places and take a video on her, but the girl doesn't give him the permission to post it in his channel. Well, said this, and I'm not a vlogger. This is just common fucking sense. If you're going to interview somebody, you should get them to sign off on it. Because who knows what they're going to say later. The majority of porn in the Philippines is watched by Filipino women. That is true. What's with that? I thought they were Catholic. What the fuck, dude? Have you never met a Catholic that sins? Why do you think they have confession? The whole point is to sin because you're going to do it again anyway. Confess your sins. You're going to do it again. Have you met a Catholic that doesn't sin? Have you met a human being that doesn't sin? Come on, man. I mean, come on. I mean, fuck, the woman that wiped the blood off Jesus' body was a fucking prostitute. Listen, Anthony, I love views. Clearly, I don't get the ones everybody else gets because I won't throw out all the sugarcoat bullshit, drama bullshit. And I don't want them. If that means I have to do those things to get myself into, or put anybody else in a bad situation, like I wouldn't want to have the girl in a bad situation like that. Let's say she has a boyfriend or a husband or a family or a father that would get upset about that. I mean, granted, she made a mistake by allowing it, but he should respect it. So, yeah, for clicks, I get it. But are clicks and views really worth fucking people's lives up or hurting other people, including your own and your wife? The first thing you can do is talk to guys that live here and have already been through the bullshit. Being a trucker for 25 years, I need to focus on my health. I'm about 90 pounds too heavy. The food seems very healthy and delicious in the Philippines with very good airports and roads. All right, guys. If you haven't picked up on it, travel's now fucking with you and you're allowing it. So if you want to engage with him, you can. But if you haven't read what he just wrote, and don't understand the fact that he's truly fucking with you and he's a troll, that's on you. The baby looks like Sim. Okay, Fonz. What? That was rumors when the kid was smaller, but you can see the kid looks like Sim. I don't watch his channel, Fonz. Thanks. Man, this is like a goddamn, you know what? I can't wait to get back from my vacation because I can tell you right now, my live streams are not going to be sidetracked like this anymore. We have at least 6 different conversations in here that have nothing to do with what I'm conversing about. So you guys should start your own fucking channels. Nothing in my channel today was supposed to be about all these other shitbags. Nothing in it. It was just saying I'm going to Angel City. You just don't want to talk about that. How about you get the fuck out of the room? How about that? I'm not bad. I'm not trying to be a douchebag, but you guys are sitting here talking about stupid shit, responding to this shitbag travel to land. He's a fucking shitbag. Christ. I don't understand. Where's your common sense, motherfuckers? Life is good, Dan. I just packed 2 books. One I've already read like 1,000 times, but the Way of the Superior Man I'm bringing with me on my trip, and the other one was another one I read. So I'm bringing 2 books I've already read multiple times. Death of a Salesman, oddly enough, just so I can reiterate in my mind that life is not about just things. And I think many people, especially when you come, I think many people in general, boomers and Generation Xers, we seem to think the more we have, the more our life is, and it's not true. And it's about the value of your life. Give me a wrench, I will block the trolls. Matt, you run a great chat. I think you just have a knack. Sometimes we are led to our calling by paths unexpected. Al, I don't know if you're joking with me or not, but I actually have a dear friend that I value. We're not. Yeah, I think we've been friends for maybe 30 years now. Actually I knew of him, but met him during my first divorce. He was very important to me. He gave me valuable information I never learned before. He comes from a whole different kind of family that I came from. But he actually said to me the other day, I think you found your calling or something like that. He found my channel and watched a few things. I think you found your calling. I'm misquoting him, but you get my point. And I don't know, Al, because I've said this time and time again and nobody believes me. I've never watched one of my videos, not once, ever. In fact, one time when I first started, somebody said I said a foul word. I'm not a racist guy in that sense, but said I used a word inappropriately during a video. I didn't even watch the video to edit it. I just deleted the video. And I took his word on it. But thank you if you were serious. But I want the videos. Okay. Thank you. Now I feel better, Al. Yeah, I just want things to go smoothly. I want men to be men. I want it to be a safe place for men. Sorry to see you go, buddy. I'm going to miss you. Bye. I've never been to Angeles City despite living on and off in the Philippines since 95. So you're going to AC, going to check out Clark too. I'm bringing a girl that I know loves seafood and I love food, so it's a perfect match. There's a buffet somewhere. When I went to Aqua Planet or Aqua Park, whatever they call it, there was big signs for this huge all-you-can-eat seafood buffet somewhere in Clark. And I want to go there. So, fuck, now people are honking horns. So, yes, that's what, I mean, I'm not big into Clark. I went to Clark a few times for different things, but you know, what am I going to do in Clark? The Fonz. So let's talk about Angeles bar girls. Who's the first bar girl that you miss and will bar find? I'm not bar finding any girls. Have you put your gun in the holster, or are you going to bar find crazy in Angeles? No bar finds. I am going to drop a couple baby mat loads, but no bar finds. Not needed. Paid in full already. Bah! AC doesn't have an airport. Clark does. Oh! Actually, that's going to be... I've been into the Hilton. Clark has a decent buffet. Yeah, I've been there. When ordering seafood in Philippines, I specify no shells and no eyes. Dan Clark, free zone is the only part I can tolerate. Yeah, people have different places there. I have zero desire to go to AC, even though the city stole my initials and airport stole my name. It's funny. I never even thought about that until you just said that, Al. That's hysterical. It's a nice airport, though. Not much in it, but nice. Freelancer, no, Anthony. I'm telling you, I'm not. I got my digs. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to go in a bar and talk to some old friends that I might have, if they're even still there. I haven't been in there in 2 years. I wouldn't mind going to 2 or 3 of the bars I remember and just saying hello. But once I realize that you're not spending money like you used to, they're not going to talk to me anyway. Latin love. Is Cebu City as good as some bloggers say it is, or do you recommend Angela? I do not recommend Angela City. I've never recommended Angela City. I said it's perfect for what it's meant to be. It's a hit and run kind of place. Hit it, quit it, get out. Just want to travel with a nice Filipina. What I've seen so far, most of these have no booty. Some do. I mean, it's not the kind of booty. You have the name Latin Love. Let's think about that. Of course, they don't have a Puerto Rican's ass. Ew. The seafood buffet that you're talking about might be the one at the Medora Hotel in Clark. I don't remember it being at a hotel, but it could be. I would assume must be. Sorry, I didn't see you write this, Australian. Back to Angela's travel. What's happening when you run into Ace Douchebag? Nothing, dude. We're vloggers. I mean, unless the guy's throwing down, he's, then that's his problem, not mine. But nothing. For shits and giggles, I might say hi to him or ask for his autograph. But, dude, just because we bullshit on YouTube, it's YouTube. If anything, he's doing well from it. He's getting a lot of clicks and views, and that's good for him. Force him to make a little content about me. Yeah, it might be that place, the Midori Hotel. Roy's Casino has decent place to stay too. I'm not saying at the hotels. I mean casinos. I would lose my mind. I'll be spending more time at the airport when Trump moves back in. Keep your eyes on Taiwan. Angela City, Pampanga Hall of Fame. No, I'm actually going because there's 4 bars that just made me a 10% owner, silent owner. And I just have to sign the paperwork, my donations. No, the truth is I'm going back because there's like 6 girls that say that I have babies with them now. And I got to pay for these DNA tests. And if I have to start supporting them, I will. I asked them all, like, how do you know these kids are mine? She's like, well, you're the only guy I slept with. We all hear that. But the one was really honest with me. She goes, I didn't know if it was yours, but it's always fucking mad. Deposit 1,000 pesos, asshole. There are videos on YouTube reviewing that the Medora Hotel Seafood Buffet. Yeah, I've seen that one. I don't know if that's the one I'm talking about. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I just remember seeing the signs. You can enjoy another no eye contact, limp wrestle, wristed handshake with regular guy. He's going to AC at the same time. He's doing a lot of fucking traveling. Can you play with dollars at a casino there? I have no idea, bro. I do know I'm taking a leak, so you're going to have to hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Make a coffee, Mateo. Why not? Why not, big dog? Why not? Why not? Why not, Daddy? Daddy, deposit 1,000 for love. Daddy, Daddy, whoops. My baby has a long nose. It must be yours. Cebu. Mango Square, very overrated. Nothing like it was 20 years ago. Who said this? Oh, Kenny. If those children are yours and you step up to the support, that is a man. Jim, I was cut 15 years ago, bro. No kids walking around that are mine. And if there are, they're almost 18. Samantha, hey, Matt. Y'all hit the fucking like button already. Yeah, Samantha, tell them. I wish your name was Samantha Fox, not Samantha Lake. Sounds like a new Apocalypse Now movie. Mad babies in Manila. They're mine. They're all mine. And I don't have to step up to the plate because I'm leaving. Al, what's your thoughts on this whole men's group kind of thing? Since you're one of the few guys that are in this room that are into it. I don't know if Al is. I know Dan is. Jimbo is. These other guys are basically bar girls, guys. Anthony's bar girl. Yeah. Australian guy, I never know. Fuck, I'm hot. You're so hot, Daddy. Deposit 500 pesos. You know, the other guy though, this. Oh, I can't believe you're slurping on your videos. I don't think we were asking you to be our friend, Al. I just asked what your opinion of a men's group was. Haven't been in years and I'm wondering if it's still worth going to. You are a suspect, Matt. DNA test, not cheap. I'm not a suspect, motherfucker. And there's no need for me to pay for a DNA test because there's no child support in this country. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I don't care if I got every bitch I ever seen pregnant. Not my problem. That's her problem. I paid the $5,000 to get in. That's one thing I got to say, man. I mean, look, best food I've had since I've been to the Philippines is Boracay, but you're paying top dollar for very little food. Second was, I'm not going to lie, it was the Clark area. And some parts of Manila had really good food. But Dumaguete as a whole, for just basic foods, they had good food. I'm in my whole life thing is being accountable and stand on my own 2 feet. Yeah, Jim, I think you're missing the point, but I mean, I appreciate what you're saying, but I had a vasectomy 16 years ago. I mean, I was joking when I said I had kids. I can't get anybody pregnant. So no accountability necessary on that front. I graduate this month. I have more time, so why not? Damn, Al, that you were very easily persuaded. I just wrote it down the other day. It's actually in my video that I just made. Accountability, right? Yeah, I mean, I think we have that in common, Jim. I think we're both trying to be that accountability, acceptance, and action. That's my new 3 A's, I call it. Accountability, acceptance, and action. I think once you take accountability for something, you have to give it acceptance. You know what I mean? Accept it, release it, thank you for what it taught you, and then take action on what it did teach you. Jessica slapped my arm. Samantha, I have one daughter. Yes, one daughter. Jessica slapped your arm. She don't want you being friends with me. That's a good one, Defons. I like that. No child support for me, buddy. You listen, that's the thing about the Philippines. You can't have it both ways, motherfucker. You can't treat me like a tourist and then expect me to pay like a local. I'm one or the other. What are you going to say? I can't leave until I pay my child support? Fuck you. Child support. Find one guy that's ever been in prison in this country for not paying child support. I'll suck his knob. And I mean Filipino. You can't see, that's the thing that you guys say, and that's what makes me, and I don't know, I'm only basing on what you say, not what the Philippines say. You can't have it both ways. You can't expect me to be a tourist but then treat me as if I'm a Filipino. It's one or the other. Haven't got there yet, but why does everyone agree the food is shit in the Philippines? Well, listen, bud, you must be a pretty smart guy. If everybody agrees that the food is shit in the Philippines, why are you asking? Why don't you just take the majority vote and say, the food must suck in the Philippines? See, that question should be about you more than it is about anything else. Well, she's right. You are being rude, Al, but it's okay. You don't have to be involved. I have a kitten. Yeah, I have a daughter. I think she's 10. All right, Kenny. You made this statement, but I'm going to ask you how many people leave because of the food. Nobody comes here for the food. Trust me, is what Kenny said. Now I'm going to ask you that in opposite. How many people leave because of the food? Hey, Farrell, I mean, I really like that. I've been living by that for the last 5 or 6 months. I just started, I write it down all the time in my journal and stuff, but I thought the other day, I'm going to mention this in my life because it's a good thing to live by. Accountability, acceptance, action. I'm sure somebody with more brains would be able to make that something even better, but that's what I got. And then I have, oh shit, damn, now I'm not going to have AAA bumper stickers. Damn right. No, Jim, I know you were. I know you were. I just didn't want you to think I really had kids. It was just a joke. Samantha Lake, your channel has no channel. Look at Al, always stalking everybody else on these channels. There's a lot of diabetes and feel very poor diets. It's not just the diets, Anthony. It's also, I mean, unless you're putting that in with diet, I don't think anybody drinks true water here. Not as much as they should. Lots of iced teas and sweet drinks and all that shit. And then they got all that alcohol. Again, we're getting off the subject of what always good to have mantra, bro. Yeah. I see. I like that one. In fact, I'm going to steal it. Char. My mantra is never sacrifice your peace for a peace. Well, Good luck. Good luck getting a piece and not expecting to affect your peace in some way. Unless unless she's only good till the last drop and she's out. Oh, oh shit. Now I just started my mantra. Good till the last drop. Oh shit. Pharaoh in the Philippines, very cool profile pic. He changes his profile pic like the weather. Pharaoh in the Philippines, amen. Pharaoh in the Philippines, thumbs up. Oh my God, you guys are such lovers. I think the food I eat in the Philippines is more foreigner food. My Filipino choices are a small selection. The only thing I eat here that's Filipino is twat. I don't care for Asian cuisine. This is not Asian cuisine. Too much rice and Coca-Cola. Yeah. If you go in with the expectation that the food sucks, and when you get there, you find the food delicious, then it will be a super nice surprise. Yeah, sure, pal. You tell yourself whatever it takes, buddy. No, rice does not cause the diabetes. Fried food is the number one reason people get diabetes. Okay? Fried fat foods. You're wrong. There's nobody in the world that will get diabetes from eating rice. Wrong. That's something that people in America were taught, and you guys all suckered up to it. The beach at Boracay dish up the best marinara I've ever had. And I can't say I make the best marinara I've ever had. But yeah, there's some good food in Boracay, man. Some really good food in Boracay. But you really pay up, and it's not like, I mean, they have nice buffets there. That one in Shangri-La, that might have been the best I've had since I was in Clark. Straight up, best food I had. But it was also because I haven't had that kind of food in so long that I just, the girl said, "Are you alone, sir?" I said, "Trust me, I'm going to eat more food than 5 people." Good to the last drop runs off your face. Oh, I used to know a girl. I blow a load in her at night, an Angela's bar girl, right? And she'd always, load it, put it inside her. And literally, she would text me the next day, "Are you coming in?" It'd be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I said, "Yeah, I'll come in for a drink." And she still had it inside her. She wanted it to cook and brew. Okay, Anthony, let me teach you a little something, buddy. Sugar does not cause diabetes. Okay, and no, rice is not loaded with sugar. Rice converts to sugar if you don't need the carbohydrates. I got to teach you about diet, my friend. Anthony, the look in your photo, you look like you know all you know about diet, but sugar does not cause diabetes. Fat, trans fats, is what stops the signaling of your firing mechanisms inside your body, which then stops your body from, producing insulin. You should do some more work, man. You're basing it on basic math. Everybody, once you have diabetes, sugar's terrible for you. But getting diabetes is not based on either sugar consumption or carbohydrates. It's basically started from fried foods. Think of it like a filter. Okay, you have these firing mechanisms in your body that send signals. In this case, what is it? Right? That makes your insulin. In this case, think of it as a filter. It gets clogged with those oils and that grease, and it can't send the message. It's sending but not receiving. We can fight about this, but best that you just do your homework. The old fallacy that sugar or rice causes diabetes. No, it's just not good for diabetes once you have diabetes. Causing it's a whole different ballgame. That's like saying smoking cigarettes is going to kill you once you already have stage 4 lung cancer. No, you're dying anyway. This cup of coffee is going to kill you just as much as a cigarette. But no, seriously, I really mean that. You got to look it up, learn about it. Dan, the best Filipino food I ever had was in the U.S. Eating rice can also raise blood glucose significantly, especially if eaten often or in large quantity. One study showed an 11% increase in diabetic risk with each serving of. No, You're wrong, Red Horse. Only if you already have it. Sugar does not cause diabetes. Now, if you already have diabetes, sugar is the ultimate evil. But sugar didn't cause the diabetes. I probably eat more sugar than anybody ever knew. My A1C is perfect. I can eat rice day and night. I don't, but I could. It's about fried foods. Eat Pop Hat. Matt, there's so much corn syrup and everything which turns into sugar. That's why main cause diabetes. No, dude. For fuck's sakes, get the sugar out of your head. Whatever your name is, Anthony. Sugar don't cause diabetes. Fuck. Anthony, do I have to teach you everything? When you were a bodybuilder, I was not. And you were trying to get ripped. I did not. Were you eating any carbohydrates at all? Yes. If you're a bodybuilder, powerlifter, or any sports player, if you're not eating carbohydrates, you will die. Okay? We don't have to, people that do those things that require massive amounts of energy do not get to walk around life like those people that say they're doing keto. There's a big difference between a fat slob that sits in his apartment, does nothing all day, saying I'm on keto. Okay? In fact, I'll take you a step further. Who's the ass guy that had a heart attack and died based on a diet of eating fats and proteins? You know who I'm talking about. I'm just not saying his name. You do the math. Carbohydrates aren't the enemy in the person's world. Fat, the wrong fats. Let's get that. Got to say that correctly too. The wrong fats. Of course, obesity is the number one cause. Listen, you're Anthony. It's a great discussion, but it doesn't sound like, it sounds like you're just spitting out stupidity when I'm trying to enlighten you a little bit. Obesity is, of course, a problem. Sugar is never good for anybody, right? Carbohydrates are an absolute necessity. Don't let anybody ever tell you they are not. They're a necessity in anybody that does anything in life. And so is fat. Proper fats. The wrong fats are what actually cause diabetes. Now, sugar and carbohydrates, excessive amounts of carbohydrates, especially the bad ones, and all this other stuff, obesity, yeah, that's a whole different dynamic of problems. That's metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome, diabetes is only one part of that equation. Then you have the circumference of your waist and your blood pressure and all that other stuff. That is metabolic syndrome. Diabetes is not caused by eating sugar, and it's not caused from carbohydrates, which actually turn to sugar in excess. Yeah, you're old enough to remember that was not the truth. Okay, they used to say all sorts of weird things back in the day that weren't true. Are you old enough to remember the tooth fairy used to come to your house and when you lost a tooth? Doesn't mean it was real. Were you old enough to remember when they used to say eggs were bad for you? Is it? Is milk bad for you? Is butter bad for you? None of those things are bad for you. Block Lenzer only eats meat. Yep. Okay. Dude, I thought you were leaving. Matt, maybe Anthony 420 is stoned. Maybe. No, I think he truly is trying to have I think he's trying to have a conversation. The thing is, he's believing misinformation, and that's not smart. Again, another reason for men's group and guys to chat with each other and enlighten each other. If he had something to enlighten me with, maybe 420, I would listen. I know nothing about weed. But in this event, he's wrong. If you ever ask a bodybuilder if he doesn't eat carbohydrates, I mean, there's not a bodybuilder in the world. Arnold Schwarzenegger ate more carbohydrates than he did protein. Maybe Anthony, yeah, excellent info, Matt. Just trying. Not when getting ready for a show, Matt. Wrong again, Anthony. Wrong again. You still need carbohydrates. Anthony, I got an idea. The day of a show, what's the one thing every bodybuilder does or eats or drinks? What is it? What's the one thing, the most important thing bodybuilders do right before competition? Let me hear it. Not when getting ready for a show, Matt. If you had no sugar in your body, you wouldn't be able to even fucking make a muscle. Anthony, if the man has no glycemic energy, he wouldn't even be able to do a pose. He wouldn't even be able to stand erect on the stage. You're wrong. Albeit it might be as simple as a little rice cake, plain, not salted. And Dan, your meat might cause diabetes. I get it. Hey, Dan, I saw you the other day. You're not a bad-looking cat, man. Okay, it's decided sugar is a direct cause of diabetes. Let's make Mad Matt madder. Yeah. Wait a minute. The tooth fairy isn't real? That's right, Red Horse. I said it. Don't get me kicked out of the Philippines because I told you the tooth fairy wasn't real. You didn't answer my question, Anthony. Anthony, I'm just saying, I don't want to have to go pull up this information. Do your research. Are you going to tell me you smoke weed and don't get the munchies? I can't imagine you trying to tell any athlete in the world, don't eat carbohydrates. Oh, fuck. I thought it was funny when they all came out with that whole celiac thing. Oh, we're on this diet. Wait, no more wheat, no more this. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. And that's okay. But they didn't say no carbohydrates. For fuck's sakes. Anthony, what I'm trying to say to you without being a jerk, the human body needs all three of those nutrients: fat, protein, and carbohydrates. The problem is, especially in the modern world, I'm not just saying the Philippines, the modern world, carbohydrates aren't coming in their pure form anymore. Most protein doesn't come in a pure form anymore. And most fats are utterly disgusting and horrible for you. That's as simple as that, man. I mean, I can't put it to you any simpler. It's like somebody saying, I only eat tuna fish. And then you find out they only eat tuna fish in palm oil. Well, no, you don't only eat tuna fish. Yeah, my girl gets mad when girls look at a little longer than they should. She wants me to dress more sloppy. Oh, tell her she don't have to be jealous of me. I'll just give you a hand job. Deposit 2,000 pesos. The day of the show, you eat candy bars. Go figure, but it's true. The sugar bring out all the veins. Wrong. Wrong! The number one thing bodybuilders do the day of a show is they drink a shitload of red wine, like an hour or two before the show. That's what brings out the red veins and the size of the veins, because it's a dilator, vasodilator. It opens up those veins and bam! Because everybody's veins are the same, Anthony. You, me, pro football player, pro anybody, everybody's veins are the same exact size. But when you take that red wine and your skin has zero fat in it, it just looks like a bulging cock inside your forearms and your body. It's red wine. Red wine was the answer, Anthony. But I'm sure you Googled that since you just took so long to answer. How are you going to skip over my question? I must have missed the truth. Hold on, I'll go back. Dude, I thought you were leaving. Well, you're asking a question, but you're making a statement. And I passed over it because if I left, then I wouldn't be sitting here watching you. So you thought wrong. The day of the show, you eat candy bars. First of all, it's not you. It's the bodybuilder. I thought you were leaving. What'd I miss? You mean I didn't miss anything. I'm leaving. Dude, kill the carb conversation, please. Don't tell me. This is my show, bitch. You don't want to listen to it bounce. It seems you scared sick grandpa away. Well done. Well, Jugger, Hing, Gong, Gong, Judge, I'll just call you Judge, which I'm not very happy calling you because I've never had much luck with judges. But I didn't scare him away. Earlier in the conversation, they said he was having me kicked out of the Philippines. My tooth fairy used to always give me a Morgan silver dollar. Yeah. They also gave you a hand job in your sleep, but you didn't know it because it was your brother. Matt, is Truth Addiction 97 19 your new supervisor? No, I don't even know who the fuck he is. So I said I'm ignoring him. You said Saturday, jack off. Truth Addiction, let me give you a little lesson with Robert Greene because you guys don't believe it unless somebody else says it. Robert Greene says, never let people know everything. Keep your life mysterious. So I kept my life mysterious and I played that book. I'll leave when I want to leave. Doesn't matter, does it? Are you my keeper? Do I have to report into you before I go? I am Mr. Veins. My bones look good. I think that's a line from something, but I don't know what it is. Maybe you scared Mr. Wolf away. He hasn't posted a live for 5 days. I haven't said anything about Mr. Wolf. I think it's great. It's just that, my concern was how long can you be such a sad ass? I mean, I've been down and out, but I sure as hell every single day didn't have that much dilemma. Man, that guy would take a shit and have something wrong with it. Oh, he took a shit and it went back up into my ass. Why do you think there's so much drama with the Philippines expats and YouTubers? Is it just boredom or people offloading all their frustrations? I think it's just dealing with the kind of people that come here. I mean, let's call it what it is. They're not top tier people. Many guys make videos like, oh, the West don't send their best. The West didn't send us here. We came on our own free will. It's not like we were let out of a prison with a deal that we would come to the Philippines. Okay. The bottom line is most people come here. Most, I'm not including a lot, but a majority. Okay. A majority of people that come here are trash bags. Even if they don't intend to be, they're trash bags. Think about it. In what other world can a guy have $2,000 or $3,000 a month and view himself as wealthy? Do the math. Now, if a guy with $2,000 or $3,000 a month is his spending habits, and he views himself as well off, I won't say names, but you know who I'm talking about because you all know that guy. Okay, is he a high value man? No, I would venture to guess he's a pissant. He's a shit bag. He's a shit. But here he thinks he's that. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you catch what I'm throwing at you? Carbs are for sissies, low key. Real men just eat red meat and butter. I guess you could do that. The bottom line is the body needs all three, unless you're eating a form of fat or protein that has energy in it. But neither do. Your body can learn to use fat as a energy source. It just doesn't do really well with it. And that's a fact. You take anybody that's going to run a marathon and say, yo, bro, I'm going to feed you a bunch of healthy carbohydrates, or I'm going to give you a pound of butter. Who's going to run better? I don't give a fuck who you are. It doesn't mean that fat can't be energy. It just means it's not a very efficient form of energy. Matt, are you still here? No, I left. I'm gone. My name's not Matt. Have you read Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature? Fantastic book. Yes, and if anybody needs one, I'll be in Angeles City tomorrow. I can sign it for you and give it to you. Hey, Matthew, have a safe trip. Don't knock anyone up. I'm home now. Take care. Okay, Anthony, don't eat too many carbohydrates. Thanks for being here. Truth Addiction, my God, I am his supervisor. Here his pay. That's all I'm getting. Fuck. Live in peace. Correct. Most Philippine expats are scumbags, bottom of the barrel. I'd like to think if the guys really put their brains to it, which they don't, but if they did, this is the best place to be a scumbag. Meaning, if you really wanted to change your life, this is better than being at home. You can do it for a fraction of the cost with less of the aggravation and outside influences. Seriously, if a person wants to come here and reconstruct their life, this is a great place to do it. You're on a beach. There's people to say hello to. Everything's cheap. It's a great place to reconstruct a person's life, which is what I'm trying to do. What is good in Angeles City? Tomorrow will be me. Life rules. Make peace with your past. Do not let the opinions of other people control your choices. No one is in charge of your happiness. And don't compare your life to others. Or you can do the AAA. No, Dad, I like it. Accountability. Acceptance. Action. At least you say it as it is. I try. Anthony, my man, oh my God, I'm going to go buy myself a rice bowl and load it with sugar. Ah, shit. Thanks, Anthony. Sam, trying to find one who doesn't lie isn't worth it. Just dumped one after 20 months after finding out she lied. She had her daughter, whom I came to visit as my own, with a married man. Wait. Trying to find one who doesn't lie isn't worth it. Just dumped one after 20 months after finding out she lied. She had her daughter, whom I came to view as my own, with a married man. Well, listen, I respect what you're saying, dude, but you're saying trying to find one who doesn't lie isn't worth it. So then why dump her? If you know they're all liars, why not just keep the one that you like? If you know they're all going to lie to you, why get rid of her? She had told me she was single and ran away after she got pregnant. Hey, man, I wouldn't be with a married woman, but I have been. I mean, and they do lie about it. What are you going to do, man? Seriously, it's 2026. Women have sex. People lied. Are you telling me, Sam, you never lied? She knows everything about you. You're an open book. You're a saint and she's a bad person. I'm not judging her. We all know people lie, especially in Filipino women with foreigners. But who are we to judge? Matt, when you run into Ace, I dare you to ask him for a Pez. I got my Pez with me. I'm going to ask him to sign it. Truth. Wait, are you going to Angeles City? I've watched enough of your videos to know that's a bad move, bro. I can't help myself. I'm having an itch. And I got like 2,000 pesos to spend. No, I never got a married woman pregnant. Wait, I thought you said she was married and got pregnant. What difference does it make? Well, I mean, are you a saint and she's not? I never got a married woman pregnant. So if you got an unmarried woman pregnant, would it make a difference? Like, maybe I'm missing what you're saying. I don't think I understand what you're saying, Sam. Daniel Morgan, are you suggesting that expats in the Philippines select for dark triad rates, narcissism, Machiavelli? I'm suggesting you guys can do whatever fuck you want. Why listen to me? What's it matter what I suggest? Do as you please. You're a grown-ass man. Are you not over here on your own free will? Do what you want, brother. Or are they just trying to escape their past and bad decisions? I don't think they're trying to escape them. I think they're coming here pretending as if their bad decisions never happened. Have you ever met a foreigner that tells you how bad his life was back at home? I haven't. I've met a bunch of drunks here. I've met a bunch of sex spats here. I met a bunch of guys that think they have a lot of money when they really don't. I've never met anybody ever said, back at home I was a drunk and I got fired and I beat my wife and I'm not really that good of a man and, I have mommy issues and, I could never hold a job down or, I'm collecting some kind of fake disability checks. You're never going to hear anybody say that shit here. So what I'm saying is there's a lack of accountability and they bring it here and think they can start all over and still be that shitbag only as a new person. That's what I'm saying. Hey, and I'm one of them. I came here thinking I can just do and say whatever I want. I told you there's a reason why I spent all my money. It was meant to happen. It's transformed my life. Might have been the best thing I ever did, spending that money. Made me reconsider what I need to do, who I have to be, how I have to behave. Live in peace. Hey, Mad Matt, disabled Philippine blogger has been calling you out. I wonder if he wants to have like a 50-yard dash race or something. I like to settle things like manly. So, like Ace, I said, let's arm wrestle. We're both too fat and old to fight. Let's arm wrestle. Quick and easy. One of us wins, one of us loses almost instantly in less than 2 minutes. So with Disabled Expat, Vlogger, whatever his name is, let's just have a 50-yard dash. And I'll even let him have the first 40 yards as a start. Sorry, I used to be nice to him, but now I don't give a fuck. Go get your license plate on the back of your fucking little shing and it can say disabled shitbag. Just pump and dump, bro. That's it. Good to the last drop, Sam. Good to the last drop. Deposit 1,000, drop and roll. A lot of expats have dark triad traits. Yeah, of course. We've already established. How many times do you guys have to say what I'm saying, only put it in different terms? It's low level men. And I use the word men loosely. Low level men. That's why when guys put me down, it's like, yo, man, I'm being put down by a low level man. How bad can it be? And only a high level man would try to encourage somebody to do better. When a low level man calls another low level man bad, it's just, Hey, Matt, John from the Gulf of Mexico. Hey, John, sorry to hear you're leaving, brother. I enjoyed your podcast. Hope to see you back soon. Be safe wherever you end up. Don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to Thailand. I'm hoping to find sick grandpa's ladyboy. Sam, the guy who used to host the Philippines Facts and Philippines Truth channels on YouTube, was the only honest one. He never made a dime. Don't know him. And again, don't care about other people's money. Live in peace. But, I don't like you saying only one. I'm honest. I saw the human side of Ace. He just posted a video with his cute baby at SM Clark. Yeah, he's using the baby to try to make... Look, the man needs money. Let's call it what it is. He won't say it, so I'll say it for you. The man needs money. He's doing everything and anything he can. Baby things. That's not a human side. He's using a child. That's worse than a human side. That's a narcissistic side. Okay? And it's nothing against him. God love him for being out with his kid. But, using my name and other people's names to get views suddenly, the guy's in desperate mode. And I would venture to guess he won't last much longer in the Philippines. Pop one more baby out, he's really fucked. That disabled dude does not have a very nice heart. No, he has no heart. He's look, there's a difference between being mad. And listen, even the Bible says you can be angry as long as you don't use it for sin, right? But there's a man that's bitterly angry at the world, and he doesn't use it for anything positive. It's interesting you were saying it's good to be in the Philippines just now. Most of your content is Philippine complaints. I got to ask you, JW, have you ever been in a marriage where you knew everything was shit, but you still stayed in it? I didn't. It doesn't take away all the bad things I said. I said if you're in a place to reconstruct your life, this is probably a better option than being in the U.S. if you're on a budget. It's a true statement. I'm not denying it. Well, I didn't say everything from A to Z in the Philippines is bad. I just gave a video on the things I didn't like in the Philippines. I would venture to guess most of the things I said I didn't like in the Philippines are the same things everybody in the Philippines would say they don't like in the Philippines. I mean, nobody wants to go to bed and hear dogs barking or roosters harting. Nobody. Unless you're a rooster or a dog. Nobody wants to get scammed. If you can find me somebody that wants to be scammed, I'll be your buddy. But it's not interesting. I'm comparing one thing of the Philippines, and you're talking about something I talked about 2 months ago. What do you want me to do? Do you think that the locals and Philippines are aware of the poor quality of the foreign expats? Do you understand the loser back home concept? I understand the loser back home concept. And I will say before, when my eyes were blinded to everything that was here, no, I don't think people knew. No, listen, when I was in Angeles and I met guys, look, I'm all fake teeth, right? But I met guys that had no teeth and they were okay with it. I saw guys that smoked so much that their mustache was yellow. Literally, their mustache was this color. So when I saw these things, and then I saw other guys that were in a bar, I'd come back the next day. They were still in the same chair that they were in the day before. Like they never left. It's a 24-hour bar. That's when I realized, okay, it's a shit show here. It's a shit show. And unfortunately, because the American government, for the most part, are sending these guys free money, they do it. They live this way and they don't care. But do I think the Philippines know? Yes. Better yet, I'm gonna go a step further. I don't think the Philippines care. I'm being serious. I've said this so many times that you guys get mad at me. I don't think there's a Philippine that cares as long as there's still money. And that's not meant to be rude, man. We're in a third world country. Money is survival, and they're in survival mode, and we have the money. So, what is really low income for us coming here is high income for them. So why wouldn't they want their part of it? Whoever they are, girlfriend, rental girlfriend, waitress, whoever you're involved with, neighbor, landlord, whoever. So, of course, they know we're losers, but they're also dependent on us. Think about the woman that's married to a shitbag of a husband. She has babies with him. She's never had a job. She's dependent on his income, but he beats her every day and cheats on her every week. She knows he's a loser. She ain't leaving him. This place really ain't that hard to figure out unless you're a complete tool. Yeah, boss man, I agree with you, but I will say everything's not as black and white in the Philippines as a lot of people make it seem. It is a learning curve, and depending on where you're going and what you're doing, each place is a little different of a learning curve. The city's much different than the province. Girls are different from area to area. They really are. And from age to age. Trolls clipping. Matt challenging a handicapped guy for future allegations. Okay. His head does look like a Pez dispenser. Good call. I don't know what you're talking about, John. I don't even know what a Pez dispenser is, and I don't know who his is. Who are you talking about? You have to spell it out for me. I don't know who you're talking about. I have a serious question. I'm on a 5-year plan to move there. I thought I got rid of this guy, probably somewhere in IT Park. Do you think learning the language before I get there would be beneficial, or don't bother? I don't think sick grandpa is for real. He messes with folks to get a response. I don't know. I think he's for real. I've seen him. I've seen this chicklet. Al Clark. Hey, Matt, it's Al from the Gulf of America, and fucking proud of it. Cures for TDS and available by appointment only. Yes! Dan, I was ashamed of myself when I realized life was a costume party, and I attended with my real face. Frank Kafka. France. I'm sorry, so France. I was trying to understand why I said Frank. France. Oh, Mateo, 300 pesos only. Yeah, you guys are quoting a lot of good things, but well, listen, I seen Dan the other day. Dan's a good-looking guy, looks professional. I couldn't see what you're wearing, Dan, but you said your woman says you always look good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference here. I don't think. What I'm saying is when we say high value, low value, that doesn't mean what you dress. And this was where I was getting at with you, Dan. When I say high value, low level value, here in the Philippines, the people here want somebody that's dependable, respectable, dependable. Do you pay your rent on time? Yes. Do you treat your girlfriend the way you say you're going to treat her? Yes. Then you're on point. It's the guys that don't do those things. But then, unfortunately, they start chasing you because they still need, like I said, the woman with the bad husband, they still need it. So they keep going for it. I don't know if I made any sense there. California, oh, Mateo, 300 only. Oh, my God, 300. You're not going to let me finish, are you? 300, keep going, Daddy. No, 300 more. You finish 300 more, 300 more. Don't stop. Oh, my God. Grand total, 2,580 pesos. Good to the last drop. Pinoy men are the biggest losers in a macro sense. All a foreigner needs to do is be the biggest loser. considering the local men walk around shirtless and piss on the sidewalk and board. Okay, Sam, I'm gonna test your knowledge on manliness and masculinity and on everything that I just talked about when it comes to high value, low value. You just basically said value is only in how you walk around and what you wear. Guess what, my friend? I'm going to tell you something that's going to alarm you, and it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You ready? 9 out of 10 girls that you would fuck in the Philippines, these guys wouldn't even consider fucking. So who's the loser? Think about it. He has high values of himself and his nature and his Philippine culture, that when he sees a woman that has a child, regardless of what her job is, what she looks like, or anything else, he won't even fucking fuck her. Yet you'd fall in love with her. I know, now you're going to come back. I would never date a girl with kids. Only 16 and 17-year-olds for me. You see what my point is, though? You just put high value and loser in the category of what they wear. So are you telling me the millionaire next door in America that wears the same old T-shirt and drives a 20-year-old Mercedes-Benz is a loser? Yet he has millions of dollars in the bank? I don't know you, Sam, and I'm not being a jerk to you, but you wrote this. I didn't write that. You wrote that, so I'm just responding to it. You just basically said anybody that walks around and pisses on a sidewalk, and you spelled broad daylight wrong, by the way. Where do you want them to piss here? Many people don't have toilets at home. But the one good thing is the guys that you're talking about would never even fuck half the girls that we fuck, that we come in here and try to have relationships with. And most of us end up paying for that relationship and his brother's kids that you're dating. Sorry, calling it real. Yeah, you want real, you want truth, you just got it. Frank Sinatra, nice and easy does it. Are you a fan? Well, of course I love Frank. Dead now. Daddy, can we have an arm wrestle? Not now, babe. Not now. Later. Later now. Hey, Al, settle down. Deepwater Gulf of America. We call it the Gulf of Mexico so long as a habit, and I don't support Trump. Oh, boy, here we go. No Trump talk here, bro. What was the worst decision you ever made while being intoxicated on alcohol in Angeles City? A vast majority of bad decisions in my life came from alcohol. Well, again, that was the only time I really had alcohol in my life, on a regular basis in my entire life. Worst decision? If it was the worst decision, I probably don't remember it. I don't know. I can tell you something that happened to me that I don't know what happened, so I don't know if it was a bad decision or not. I do know I was drugged one night, and I woke up in the morning. I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up. My legs were shaking, and my body was sweating. And I remember asking my buddy, like, how the fuck did I get home? He said, the truck driver walked you into your apartment, because the truck driver knew me. So I don't know. Nothing was missing. Nobody was there with me, but I know I was drugged. I mean, I wouldn't say that was a decision. That's probably the worst thing that happened to me in Angeles City while drinking. But as far as being intoxicated, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say, listen, if somebody put the hundreds of girls that I slept with when I was in Angeles City in front of me today, I would venture to guess I probably wouldn't screw 10 of them, even if it was free. So that's probably the worst thing I did when I was in Angeles City, was screw the girls I screwed, or even show attention to them for that matter. Do you use a toilet or do you wear a shirt? You qualify here. Qualify for what? Sam, you and I will never agree on what high quality, high value man is compared to low quality, low value. You are obviously low value man. Just the fact that you're ridiculing the Philippine people. You are not better than the Philippine people, bro. You on an equal level with any Filipino, that girl that you're interested in, whatever that girl is. Like, if you take you and give the same money to a Filipino, that girl's going to fucking be with that Filipino every time. So just so you know, no matter what you're wearing, no matter how handsome you think you are, if you give that Filipino the same exact amount of money that you have, she's going with him. So who's quality? I can tell you who's not. You. Don't dead name the Gulf of America. Matt, The Angela City Monger. Call it whatever you want. John Pence. Cool. Oh, God. John Pence. I have watched all your videos all the way through and hit the like button on all of them. Been contributing money to the channel also. You should know who you're getting. Who did I get rid of? What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't get rid of you, dude. What the hell does that mean? I didn't get rid of you. It's just, I don't know what you want me to answer. I'm not going to give you budget information. I've said it time and time again. I'm not the guy to talk about money. Your money's your money. My money's my money. We're two separate men, two separate entities with two totally different lifestyles. And that can be said of every man in the world. Do you ask your neighbor at home how much money you should spend when you live? Do you walk up to your neighbor at home who you don't know? Like, I don't know you. I don't even have a face to you. Do you walk up to anybody in your neighborhood and say, yo, bro, how much should I be paying here? Come on. How much money do I need to live here? Think about it. Next, you're going to be asking me, how do I make your girlfriend wet? I mean, I don't know. I know how I make your girlfriend wet, but I don't know how you can. Broad daylight. When you blonde gets the joke a week later. John Pence. Matt, where are you off to, staying in Southeast Asia or back to Philly? I'm going to be in Angela City next week. Then I'm off to Asia somewhere that I'm not giving information to. Then possibly Florida, not Philly. Lucky, maybe have money, but no balance with family, physical health, spiritual. That's what I'm talking about, Lucky. These guys are confusing. Look, the whole point of, but as soon as I get off here, I have a video that's coming out about this. So you guys, you're just feeding my video that I already made. It's not like I'm going to make it after we spoke. It's already made. It's already on YouTube. I can make it go live right now, but I didn't put a thumbnail on it. You know, these guys that think they're high value just because they have a little bit of money, but they don't have any discipline, no balance, no hobbies, no anything. And they just justify it with $2,000 or $3,000 a month. That's not high value. That's a guy that's never had value. Confusing it with a couple dollars. What's up with this group tonight? Who knows, Dan? Who knows? I know I've been on longer than I should have, especially tonight. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, T&D Productions? Lucky, I got your messages, but I'm flying out tomorrow, so I don't have a chance to get back to you, but I'll put your number in my phone. Lucky says hello to everybody. Amen, Lucky. Amen. Do I have any coffee left? Truth Addiction. Oh, by the way, Truth Addiction, this is like the 5th time you've done this and then tell me you've supported my channel. I don't remember you ever really supporting my channel. Thank you for watching my videos, but if you support my channel, then you'll understand my rules. I don't talk about money here. It's not my business. Your money's not my business. My money's not your business. You want to reach out to one of these guys on the side, talk to them about money. Truth Addiction, to your question about learning the language in the Philippines, I would say learning a few basic words wouldn't hurt. But I understand that Filipinos speak English besides how, yes. Shelby Smith. Hi, Matt. Shelby from Detroit. I'm married to a Philippine. When I visited Angela City, walking street, the girls standing out at the bars were not that attractive. I did not go in the bars. Never said they were attractive, bro. I would say the vast majority of girls in Angela City are 6 and under. The majority. You might have 10% that are in the 8s and 9s range. 10%. And that's throughout the entire area. I mean, think about it. Have you ever seen a hot crack whore? Have you ever seen a hot OnlyFans chick that does full service? You haven't. These girls, they're working girls, of course. I mean, most girls are working girls. They're already been run through the mill. Yeah, call it what it is, man. Most working girls have already been run through the mill. There's a reason. They woke up at age 20 and had 3 kids already, you know? Yeah, or daddy and mommy stopped getting along, but they had 12 kids. Now the oldest daughter has to take care of them. I mean, the list goes on as to why they're there, but no girl ever goes through school taking care of herself and doing physical activity and getting a higher education and everything else saying, I can't wait to work in Angel City. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you something, Shelby. This is my experience. When you know you're going to work, to have to slob a knob of somebody you don't want to slob a knob to, do you really want to put much effort into what you look like? I mean, there's ones that have to, like the ones that do the dancing, the legit shows, they have to look good to a certain level, and they usually do. But the ones that are going to work knowing that they're basically going to have to go sleep with somebody they don't want to sleep with, like they're not given the choice of who they're sleeping with. The man's making the choice. They're not really going to put much effort into that, are they? Would you? The girls in AC are 6 or 7 if they are actually girls. Okay. All lady boys are not allowed to work in bars. So, which is weird because gays can. Go figure that out. Bon voyage. See you all on the flip side. Yeah, I'm out of here too. Sure, no, but your channel has no channel. Oh my God. Al, you're my private investigator. Al, I would consider making you a moderator though. Would you be interested? Just for future reference? There's going to be some moderators coming to town when everything switches gears. I'm going to get out of here. I got so much work to do. I haven't even packed my bags yet. And I'm leaving in like, 2 hours. Sure. For 2,000 pesos. I'll do anything for 2,000 pesos. I got to go, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace out. See you on the flip side. I might not be on for a week. I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm in Angela. See you. Bye. Adios. Have a nice day. I don't give a fuck.